I'll be hooking this up to the electrical to the terminator system. So this will kick on. I still have to get it because there's an extra spot for it. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. This has got to get mounted to the cooler. This is that CTP, CPT line, whatever. I don't like it. I don't hate it. It's 500 psi. To me, it's kind of restrictive. I rather just use the PTFE and be done with it. So, all right. See ya. When you deal with transmission lines, you'll notice that I don't like 5/16. I don't like 3/8. I like a big transmission line, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Okay, quite a few actually. One is more volume. Okay, you have more transmission fluid in the system. Two, when you run a length of hose, it's less resistance because inside the hose, when that fluid's traveling fast, it creates little eddy currents against the interior of the hose. Now, they do make special hose to reduce that and for the fluid to travel faster, but come on, it's not necessary. The the half-inch size line will allow it to reduce that friction caused by the length, by the friction of the fluid going through the hose. The bigger the hose, the less friction coefficient it has, so it will travel easier, especially if you have a filter. Now that filter, I had to do some research, and it is a hydraulic filter, but it has the micron and the flow rating that I wanted for the transmission, or that the transmission requires. Okay. The big diameter hose also, when the fluid is traveling, it not necessarily, well, yeah, it will slow it down, but when you slow down the fluid in the cooler, it allows it to circulate slower and cool down more. Okay, yeah, it allows it to cool down more. So when the fan kicks on, it's not traveling like really fast. It doesn't have a high coefficient of friction. You're not creating heat because of the friction either. Okay, that's another thing. So big hose is a good thing. If you run 5/16, 3/8, you don't race it. That's a stock system. Get something, a bigger system. That's just going to help the pump. It's going to help the transmission. It's going to help. It's the circulation of. It's going to help add the cooling, everything. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, that's kind of where I am with it, and that's it. I got to go to the store.